I totally forgot how to film, but thank you so much for clicking on this video and welcome to my update number 9 on the Pandas Eyeshadows project. This update is a month late. In September I didn't really use any eyeshadow, so I decided to ignore that month, give myself a little bit of a break from makeup and from eyeshadows, and with that I was able to hit 5 pans during these 2 months, so that is super good if you ask me. I was able to hit 4 pans in this month, so thank God for that little bit of a break during September, because October was a good month. Before starting, I just want to show you that I bought a new palette, so of course my number went up by 6 shades because it is this palette. This is the Essence Ice Ice Baby eyeshadow palette, and this is just a blue palette. I absolutely love it. It's super pretty. I really like it. I really wanted a blue eyeshadow for quite a while. Like, yeah, I have blue shades in some of my palettes, but I didn't really have a palette that was a blue palette type of thing. And I looked at this one and I was like, you're going to be the one. You're going to be my blue palette. Even though blues, like, it has these 2 matte blues. This is more of a gray shade and these are not really blues, but I don't mind it. It's really pretty. I haven't used it yet because it's super new, and if it gets rolled in, I will not use it because I'm like that until I can finally start using a makeup product. I take quite a bit of time, so yeah, it's way too pretty when it's new for me to like destroy it. So let's start, and the first shade is the shade Mocha from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I was able to hit pan on it. It's this beautiful brown. It was actually the perfect type of brown for my eyes, at least I felt like that was the case. The only problem with this shade is that it took me forever to actually hit pan on it. I had it in this project last year and I just used it for a little while, so not that much, but still it took me 13 uses this month to hit pan on it. As a total of 36 uses to hit pan. I used it 38 in total, but 36 uses during this project because I had already used it before, so that was quite a bit of uses, and you can see that the pan is not that big. So yeah, I was starting to think that this shade didn't even have a pan, but of course it had, and I was able to hit it, but it took me forever to actually do it. But the next shade is also from this palette, and it is the Little Lady shade. As you can see, you can probably see a bit of a difference in the pan, but not really. I used it 5 times during this month, as a total of 14 times, because this is the last update that I'll be doing. In the next month, I'll be doing the finale. I won't be able to hit pan in all of the shades, I don't think so. That shade, I won't be able to hit pan on it, but it's fine by me, whatever. In the next year, if they get rolled in, I already have a bit of an advantage, so yeah. The next shade is from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill Dark Magic palette, and it's the shade Diversion. So it's this shimmery dark brown. I really love this shade. The only thing is that if I want a bit more of a contrast, I kind of tend to go a bit more dark on the crease, so I'm still trying to learn how to use it in different ways, but I really like it. And I also was able to use it with the Mocha brown shade, and I used it 9 times this month, as a total of 9 because it is its first month in a project. It's another shade that I don't think I will be able to hit pan on it because it's pretty new. Like, I have used it 9 times and other times before this project, but yeah, I won't be able to hit pan on it. I don't think so, but it's fine. The 4th shade that I had to use this month is from W7 Vivid Outrageous Orange palette, and it was this 6th shade. You can probably see that it has a bit of a dip. For the longest time during these 2 months, it was pretty like unused. but I started using it because of Halloween, especially. Not only, but with Halloween I was able to get a dip on this shade, and I used it 6 times this month, as a total of 6 times as well. And what can I say? This is not the type of shade that I wanted to use during this time of the year. I also spent a lot of time during this year using pinks and purpley shades, so I kind of didn't want another pink, but it happened, so I'm using it. And the last shade that I was using during this month was from the Jaclyn Hill palette as well, and it was the shade Work, and as you can see, I was able to hit pan on it. This was a new shade in this project. I was actually able to hit pan on it in the 7th use, but I had already a bit of a dip in it. The pan is super small, but in the beginning of the year I used this shade on a project, so I only used it 7 times in this project, but in total I actually used it 19 times or more. So it wasn't as quickly for me to hit pan on it, just because I already had a bit of usage on this one. So yeah, and I'm super happy about it because I really love this shade, but I don't know, I want different shades. Yeah. I only did it once, but I used this shade on the lid and then I topped it with the Little Lady shade, and it kind of made like a lilac-y purpley shade, and it was super beautiful. I only did it once, but yeah, it was super beautiful. So if you have this palette, pair the Twerk shade with Little Lady and you'll get a bit of a lilac-y purpley shade. So these were all the 5 shades that I had to use during this month, and I was able to hit pan on 2 shades from the Jaclyn Hill palette, but I don't know if you were able to see. You probably saw it, but you didn't really know that it was a new pan. But I also hit pan on the black shade, on the Abyss shade from this palette. I was mainly using this shade to deepen out other looks, but because it's October, well, it's November, but because it was October, it was normal for me to actually use a black more often, Halloween and also, yeah. And the other 2 extra shades are from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. This is actually my Panda palette. I was doing videos about it and updates about it in the beginning of the year, but I kind of stopped doing them because my progress was going super slow, so it wasn't really that interesting for me to keep doing these updates every single month. I was able to hit pan on Cypress Umber because of the Mocha brown shade, and Bon Fresco I was able to hit pan on it because in the beginning of the year I was using a lot of pinks, so I was starting the look with this one. I will continue to use this palette even in the next year as a Panda palette, but I don't think I will be doing updates. Probably when I hit pan in half of the palette I could have an update about it. I don't really know. You tell me if you would like an update about this palette, because my progress is super slow, but I will continue to use it until I have pan in all of the shades. So yeah. So because I was able to hit 5 pans in this update, I went from 5.7 pan percentage to 7.6. Yay! I know I'm not going to get to 10% this year, but 7.6 is already a good number, so I'm happy about it. And let's see if I'm able to hit pan in another shade in this year. I would really like it. I have 219 pans available and I have to roll in 2 new eyeshadows, so let's see which ones I will be using. So let's see the first shade that I will be using. It's the number 14, and the next one is going to be 158. Okay, so the shade 14, it's from an older palette, so I'm happy about it. And 158, don't really know. I kind of wanted more like older palettes, and my spreadsheet is from older to newer palettes. I know it's not a new palette, but yeah. I'll be getting the palettes and I'll look at the shades when I'm with you, so you can see my reaction. So I'm back. I didn't look at the shades, but I think I know which ones they are. And the first one comes from the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. And in the beginning of the year, this palette was rolled in, but I had to use the brown shade, so I used it 20 times and rolled it out because I had brown shades in my Panda palette. And I think I rolled it again in the last update, but it wasn't, it was a shade that was similar to another shade in this project. And right now, I think I know which shade it is, and I think I'm happy about it. If it is the shade that I'm thinking. It is this first shade, and I think that is a shimmery green. I think it is. It's the shade Gilded Ganache, and it is the shimmery green, yes. I'm happy about it. Yeah, I'm happy about this shade. I have to see, yeah, I think my, well, I think my color story will be a bit all over the place now that I'm thinking about it. But this is the shade Gilded Ganache, and I'm super excited about it because it is a shimmery green. And I like greens. I don't think I've ever had a green in this project. I don't think so, so I'm happy about it. And I'm happy that I'm finally using this shade. Like actually using it and not just using a brown shade from here. So this will be the fourth shade that I will be using, and the last one is from the W7 Vivid Glowing Green palette, and it is the fifth shade, so this middle one, and I can kind of look at it, but I know which one it was. And it is this white kind of shade. This is more like a topper shade, and it is like a topper green shade, so it can go with the shimmery green. But I kind of have to see how well this will go with it. But I think I will use it. Yeah, I think I will use it just to see how it actually looks like. So yeah, I think I'm excited about it. Yeah, I think I am. Right now, my color story is all over the place. I actually forgot to talk about my color story in the beginning. My color story, the one before this one right here, was a bit all over the place, but this next one, this one right here, I don't really know what to say about it. I have a shimmery pink, a shimmery brown, a purple, a shimmery green, and a topper green shade. The two greens will go well together. And I think the shimmery green with the shimmery brown also might go well together. The two pinks will also go well together, but as a whole, kind of thinking, can I use all of these shades in one look? Probably, but that would be interesting. I might try to do that because I like to use all of the shades at the same time, at least one time, just to see if I can use all of them together, because yeah, that way I have more uses in all of them. But I don't really know. And all of them go well with my Panda palette, so it's fine. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. So this was my update. I know I missed last month's update, but I think this one was a good one. I hope you really liked it. If you don't want to miss any of my updates, please subscribe to my channel. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!